So we'll try this again. I am Melissa Cady, the Challenge Doctor, and you'll notice this topic today is talking about interpretations of stress. And in the image, I like to discuss how many times we are trying to challenge ourselves to better ourselves, and those little challenges, if we do them small enough, they're not so overwhelming. But sometimes pain in life, sometimes the challenges are too big, and that pain, if it's brief, a lot of times we can handle it. But sometimes when it's so persistent or it's overwhelming and we're layered with so many different just challenges at once, sometimes it really feels like we're suffering and just underneath it all. And especially when you feel alone, these things can just magnify on each other. And I really believe that our resilience comes from these challenges, and if we can take them in bite sizes when we inflict them on ourselves, I think it's a lot more manageable, and to build that kind of confidence, and then the confidence that comes with that, and the belief that you can handle other things. And like I mentioned in the first attempt at this video, is that we really need resilience, especially in the world today, and we have more stresses, more decisions to make, and it can be overwhelming for the average person, or most of us, I would say. But sometimes our perspective is what dictates how we interpret that experience as being painful or just full of suffering. And I like to use examples of whether it's an emotional pain or a physical pain, especially if it's persisting, it feels like we can't get a handle on it. And if we think that it's something that's incredibly dangerous, or life-threatening type of pain, or that you just want it to go away. And so there's times where if it's not just a brief moment in time, if it's persisting, it ends up being this time in our life where we feel like we're just ultimately suffering. So I think you can look at an example of someone who is working out for the first time, and everything is overwhelming, every aspect of it, how to do things, what to do, and going through the process and not having the conditioning to handle it very well, and not doing as much as the people next to you. But the reality is that the people that are well conditioned in a physical fitness sense are people that have pushed themselves a little bit at a time, or maybe a lot in previous times, and they've built that resilience. They've built that ability to handle and withstand those challenges that seem like pure suffering to someone who's just starting out. So I think it's just a good reminder to know that sometimes our definitions of what's challenging and what is painful or what is just pure suffering is kind of dependent on the state of our life. If we're depressed, anxious, have too many things on our plate, how we're interpreting the situation is incredibly important. Sometimes that silver lining in certain situations kind of helps you reshift and reframe how you're viewing things. So I would encourage those that have physical pain, that remembering that just ruling out that things are really life-threatening and asking for help to kind of rule that out so you don't magnify that situation can be incredibly helpful. And finding skills and things to help yourself, whether it's physical pain or not, there are skills that help us manage ourselves when we find that too much is happening to us at once. And so just a refresher that, life is filled with stress, and we all know that. No one has to tell you that. But I think we can make some things that seem like they're a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, make them more as if they're challenges, so that you can move on with your life and not back off from any challenges, because that will put us in a place where we're not able to be tenacious and resilient enough to handle the things that are going to challenge us in the future. So I'd say build your confidence by taking on little bite-sized challenges, and believe in yourself, and don't be hard on yourself. Find help if you're not doing it well on your own, and you will be able to achieve a lot more than you ever expected. And that's why I always say, challenge your health before your health challenges you. So just another challenging thought from myself to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If somebody needs this pick-me-up, feel free to share this with a friend or family member, and I look forward to talking to you next time.